And Daniel Kinahan, what's your relationship like with Daniel Kinahan?
Well, apparently he advises some of these fighters, but again, we have very little contact with him. Our contact with MTK, a company which he advises, is generally with Bob Yalen and with Jamie Conlon.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, those are the guys that we work with at MTK.
So you've never met Daniel Kinahan?
Oh yeah, I met him. Sure, you saw my picture with him, for Christ's sake.
So
we did it. We were invited. It must be 2 years ago, to Kazakhstan.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I came by the government Kazakhstan. They were doing a fight that I think MDK had put together, and Kinahan came to that fight, and I met him, and he was, a very, very personable kind of guy, and we took a picture together, and it was a social kind of thing. We had a great time in Kazakhstan, and then we went from there to Moscow for just to be as sightseers. But that's been my contact with Kinahan.
If these allegations are true as it pertains to Daniel Kinahan, what does that do for boxing?
Again, they're allegations. Has he been charged with anything? Has he been indicted by anybody? I mean, again, let's be fair about this thing. There's a lot of allegations about him, nothing to do with boxing, but they're only allegations.
Got that. Yeah. Mr. Finesse says, got a comment, man. Fury is a cheater, Bob. It's documented. Instead of doing so much pandering, why can't we just get the third fight like we're supposed to?
Because it's one word. You want me to spell it out?
Yes.
Money.
DB, go ahead, man.
Does Miguel Berchelt have a rematch clause?
No.
With Valdez?
No rematch clause.
You don't believe in rematch clauses, huh?
No. Guys should fight, and if the public demands a rematch, and that's the most lucrative thing, then the rematch would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a rematch clause with Lomachenko and Teofimo?
Mm-hmm.
If there were, we'd be talking about their second fight, but there was no rematch clause.
Right.
I think it's best for boxing not to do rematch clauses. Other promoters, other people disagree. It's a point of view. But I don't like rematch clauses. I think rematches occur. There was never a rematch clause when Morales and Barrera fought, and yet they fought 3 times because the public loved their fights, and there was a demand for those fights. There was no rematch clause when Ali and Frazier fought, yet they fought 3 times.
Got that.
I have a two-part question for you. There's legally, if AJ and Fury can be announced, or how can it be announced if Wilder's case hasn't been settled yet? And then second to that, if Fury and Joshua set to make $100 million each in their upcoming bout?
Well, I don't know about $100 million each, but I think they will be making a tremendous amount of money, each of them, when the fight happens. We've analyzed the Fury contract, and he has no further obligation to Wilder. And that's what our legal advice has been, that Fury is totally free to enter into a contract with Joshua.
So literally is no more going to court. it's over. It's done. It's the mediation.
Anybody can go to court. You can't stop anybody from going to court. But our analysis with the best lawyers, Dan Petrocelli of O'Melveny, who is the top, one of the top lawyers in the country, his advice has been, and I agree with that Fury has no obligation to fight Wilder.